Thank you, Tony, for that lovely introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests. I've always believed, deep down in me, that I can give back to the world in a much bigger way, but I've never quite known exactly how. Until very recently, I decided that I was going to give up doing the one thing that was holding me back in life from achieving my dreams. Letting fear control what I do. Now, fear controls us in many more ways than you at first might think. Often, fear stops us from applying for the jobs of our dreams through fear of the unknown or failure. Or we've all known people that have stayed in relationships far longer than they should have through fear of the unknown. So here I am, with you lovely people here today, facing my fear of public speaking. I remember being at school, I could never talk in front of people. I used to blush and go red and get all tizzy and I couldn't do it. But now, here I am, facing that fear with you guys. Travelling the world used to scare me. I think it was all the unanswered questions of where to go, what to do, how long to spend, how much to spend, just put me off. And stupidly, I don't know why, I never got down to it. So, here I am, having recently returned home from a round-the-world trip, whereby I intended to work out how exactly I could give back to the world in a much bigger way. I used to be claustrophobic, and the thought of scuba diving used to petrify me, until I tried it and absolutely fell in love with it, and dove for months under the waves, all across Asia, studying the vast amounts of ocean ecosystems, how we as humans are destroying them, and what exactly we can do to try and help stop it. I used to be scared of creepy crawlies. Who here is scared of creepy crawlies? Come on, be honest. I know you are, big man, come on.
You got me.
Yeah, creepy crawlies, until I trekked for miles through the rainforest, deep in the Borneo jungle, staying at an orangutan rehabilitation centre, and learning all about the vast amounts of deforestation taking place, threatening the homes of so many endangered species and wildlife. I used to be scared of trying to mix with other cultures. I used to think, are they going to act negatively towards me for being an outsider? Until I stayed with families in the Philippines, who taught me the true way of living the happiest, most understanding life possible. And the thought of world economics used to scare me. Are we all just part of an unfathomable system of huge cogs? Could we ever even make a difference? I thought not, until I met with activists and farmers in Indonesia who taught me all about how the changing of world economics is affecting many long-standing businesses, cultures and families, both nationally and internationally. Not letting fear affect what I do in life has been an absolute game changer and has opened up a whole plethora of opportunities for me. Sorry, excuse me 1 second. So what I've found out, people are unaware of the danger our world is in and the doom it could be headed for quickly if we don't change our actions on environmental issues. The world needs education and awareness on these crucial issues. Now I know that may seem simple and obvious, but when you think that the most famous person in the world right now is Kim Kardashian for simply having a huge bottom, you can see how massively our focus is skewed. Education and awareness is not set as a priority in many places in the world, yet it is essential in us winning the battle between being a species that kills itself and everything else on the planet off, and a species that survives and grows out of poverty to sustainability and understanding. In my opinion, the world's greatest visionary, billionaire, and general saviour of the human race, Elon Musk puts it, we're currently running the most stupid science experiment in history. We know through decades of science and data that human-induced climate change is wholeheartedly a real thing. We just don't know when the tipping point is for our ecosystem's exploration. So we need to switch to low greenhouse gas emitting energy sources as quickly as possible, before it's too late. People in every country in the world are dying in their millions due to pollution and climate-related disasters, but people are unaware. People often put the words climate change with a tag of unimportance, as if it's something that's going to happen way in the future, and that we can just simply worry about it then. But the truth is, it's happening right now. People are unaware. Towns, communities, whole islands are having to uproot, causing mass migration due to rising sea levels. Migration that is only set to skyrocket once it reaches our densely populated coastal cities. Cities like New York, Miami, Mumbai, Bangladesh, Sydney, Barcelona, Venice. The list could go on and on. Even our grand London is hugely at risk. People are unaware. So why is awareness and education the answer, I hear you ask? The best proof I have for you lovely people is Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica, over half a century ago, they took all of the money out of their military and reinvested it into their education systems, thus massively advancing their economy, drastically reducing crime, and making them the leading country in the world for environmental protection. Costa Rica regrew entire rainforests, invested heavily in protecting and preserving their ocean ecosystems, and set the extremely optimistic, yet on-track target to be the first country in the world entirely run by clean, renewable sources by the year 2021. Let's learn a thing or two from Costa Rica. So giving up fear has allowed me to fully realise my potential in this world, with a goal to perhaps one day maybe go into schools and use this passion and knowledge I have. Maybe I can help inspire and educate young minds to want to do good in the world, to try and help point them in the right direction, to try and help teach them to want to look after this one world we have. After all, they're the generation that's going to need to be dealing with the problems that we are causing. The least we can do is give them a good, solid education and awareness on how to look after their fragile environment for the good of mankind. Thank you.
Three words: wow, wow, and wow. Bearing in mind this is a level 3 or a project 3 speech, absolutely. Sorry, I'm not evaluating, I apologise. But I actually forgot what I was doing. I forgot I was Toastmaster. I got so engrossed in the content and the delivery and the sophistication and